Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Ring Diaries, right here on Church of Uganda Family TV every Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I am Phiona Mbowa and I'm excited to share this episode with you. Today we celebrate Women's Day, and the whole of March we are celebrating Women's Day, and we're talking about everything and anything about women. And today we are excited to be talking about equality in marriage. And with me this evening, I'm privileged to have David Waswa, who's been married for 16 years. And next to him, we have Ignatious Balayo, married for 7 years. And then we have Samson Tondo, also been married for 7 years. They're going to tell us what they think about marriage and equality in marriage. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited, and thank you for coming to Church of Uganda Family TV. So here we share about marriage and anything and everything about marriage. So the topic for this year's celebration of Women's Day is ICT and innovation for equality. What is your take about equality, Sam? What is equality to you?
Well, from a classroom perspective, being a mathematician, I look at equality as if you have an equation, you have something on the right and something on the left, and what is on the left being equal to what is on the right is what we call equality. So bringing that in the context of marriage, I would think it's trying to create a balance. I would not really call it equality, but creating a balance between the roles of a man and the roles of a woman in marriage in the context of husband and wife.
Okay, that's interesting. Ignatius, is there anything like equality in marriage? Should there be equality in marriage?
In some aspects, yes. In some aspects, I believe we are totally different. We were created to carry on different things totally. So if we actually get to a place where we are actually all equal, then something is going to suffer.
Something will suffer. If we decide to be equal, something will suffer.
Because at some point, your wife can say, "You come and breastfeed your child." I'm just saying.
Yes, you should see someone try that.
Yeah. So from that perspective, I believe we have value. Everyone in marriage entity has value, and but it is not the same value.
So everyone has a unique.
Yeah, it's the reason why there's a husband and there's a wife. It's the reason we are even struggling so much with LGBT and all, because we all can't bring the same thing to the table. I can't bring the same. A man, okay. Okay, I'll give an example. The children will always ask, for example, "Mommy, we say we are going to have more 2 children." So they'll say, "Okay, where are they now?" Because the mom will say they are still with daddy. Until daddy gives them to me. Yeah?
So daddy has to give them to mommy.
Yes.
The supermarket.
So somehow, somewhere, if we are all equal, so we can't bring different things on that table.
Yeah.
Okay. And David, what is your take on equality in marriage?
I think, like Sam says, equality in roles, probably sometimes it may really be acceptable, but you see, even before we go to the equality bits, we have to know what marriage is from the very beginning in the Bible, from Genesis, actually, from the story of Adam and Eve. You see, from God created Adam first, then Eve last, to simply show that probably you may be equal. You are all human beings. You have the same blood, but you have different roles. You have different responsibilities. So I think the equality, I think I may see, is the one where every party sees their individual role.
Okay.
Yeah, not that I can do what you can, because that one can never happen. Yeah.
But of late is and we about to balance out Like almost everything a man can do, a woman can do.
Yes, even the saying actually goes further and says a woman can do better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
so
times,
so
yes,
so
I agree, I agree.
yeah, but what suffers at some point because a woman can do it, yes, but something at some point something suffers.
Something gives and it can't
Yes.
just happen.
So for example, I was taken back, and sometimes your wife can leave you with the children, like will leave you with the children, and because of the way we have been brought up and all, you'll she will come back and she will say, "What happened?" Like,
And the house is upside down to
like,
start.
were you here as in this entire time, or I just left the house with the children without
Yeah.
anything in there. So from that perspective, is the children can suffer because
When you decide to take on the roles of mommy.
not that you've decided to take on the roles, it's just that there's some empathy, there's some care, there's some
And I
intuition.
and I also think that these roles are supposed to complement each other.
Okay.
Yeah, if you see equality in terms of competition, then you lose the conversation. It's supposed to we are supposed to complete and complement each other. Like the example he gives, like when the wife comes and finds the whole house in a mess, yet this guy doesn't see the mess because he's not wired.
You actually don't see them.
Yeah, he's not wired to see messes.
As in,
There's someone who's wired to see messes, and that is the wife. They are naturally, emotionally, they are wired to see messes and to put things in order.
So in other words, equality, I would summarize it as that the fact that it's in terms of roles. Yes, there can be equality and should be equality because every role is equally important. The goal is to have a happy marriage, so everyone has a role to play, and that is equal. You each have an equal role to play. That's the equality. However, in terms of the individuals in this marriage, one will always be ahead of the other. Yeah. And it was God's initial plan that he created man. Then we see in Genesis 2:18 that he creates a helper suitable for this man. It's not that helping is a less role. So in terms of roles, helping and what the man is doing are equally important. However, in terms of leading this family, the man has the bigger responsibility. So I cannot say you can fully have equality in terms of the individuals in the marriage. However, we can have equality in terms of the roles in the marriage.
So what I'm trying to understand is the roles. Everyone has an equal portion to bring to the table.
Exactly.
yes.
But yet we cannot do the same thing.
Exactly.
And that brings me to one. There's an analogy that keeps coming up that the men should deal with the serious business, then you leave the small business to women. The ones for home keeping leave to women. Then the men, you be there deciding if Arsenal should sack its
Manager.
its manager, should Manu
Yeah,
buy new people.
but that one has also changed of late. Ladies actually more football than men. Yeah, case in example last weekend. But anyway, notwithstanding, I think the visionary of the family is the man. The man is the head. The head holds the vision. You see, when you are the visionary, you don't carry the same weight like the helper. Yeah, the visionary always carries more weight. And the visionary's responsibility includes everyone, the children, even sometimes even the extended family. That one makes the man not actually super, but makes the man's role to really be, I think it's the pivotal role of the home. So you as a wife, when you come into this home, you need to understand the vision. You need to understand where is my husband going,
Okay.
so that you move on the same footing. I mean, by understanding where the man is going, it doesn't mean that you are simply following. No, I think the man can dream a bungalow, and the wife dreams how to get the bungalow.
What if you're dreaming bungalow and I'm dreaming storage?
I think that's where the problem now comes.
Yeah.
You must have a point where you merge, not actually merging, the visionary of the home is that who gives the plan. It's like building a house without a plan. Like you say, me, I want a bedroom here. Tomorrow I say, me, I want the toilet here. That will be the most disorganized house.
Okay.
So God created family and made it have a head for reasons. So that, and you see, marriage is also an example of God and the church. So the church cannot feel less because the church is loved. If I mean you're loved, you're not less, you are loved. But then there's the visionary.
Okay.
Maybe before we close on his point, there's a series of Family ID. I think if you searched it on YouTube, you would find it. But it clearly states how uh, the man having a vision. So a vision is not something that is going to be achieved in a short period of time.
Okay.
So when you actually get to marry someone and they come along because they are bought into your vision, and they are going to work with you, as in like walk with you until you actually achieve this grander vision.
Yes.
It has a lot in it, and of course God is about generations and generations, so it's so bigger than even the two of you.
Yes.
So this person is coming alongside you,
Alongside you.
and then now you move, but you must lead this vision. You are the vision bearer. You are the ones who actually, we are going to consult with this person who has come, and then now grow this thing to something which is the future, like something that you're looking at, and it burns inside of you that you want to even make things work such that the vision can be achieved.
Okay. So
Maybe my take on that.
Yes.
Yes, again, we refer to the Bible because it's our standard. The Bible clearly states that the husband is the head of the family. And we are all talking vision. And vision is literally eyes, we should say. Yeah? Eyes seeing. So, and the eyes on the head. So, we clearly should understand that the vision of the home should be stated by the man. Yeah. However, like wherever we've worked, any organization will tell you they have a vision, they have a mission, they have a purpose. Now, yes, you state the vision of the home, the family. But here you are getting someone walking into this into your life, yeah, and you now have a family that has a vision. But this vision must be followed by the mission and the purpose
And the
of
purpose,
yes. Now, these are things that you are going to design together because in God creating, He did not create a woman to be less than the man. Yeah, in terms of value, the woman is equally valuable. So the woman brings something to table as well. Yeah, in us understanding the mission and the purpose of us living together. Why did we come together? I mean, why did we ever meet? You were living alone, I was living alone. We could have said that way. But the mere fact that we met, God had a purpose for that. And it's very important for every family, every husband and wife to understand their vision as a family, but also their purposes. Yeah, you each have a separate purpose, and you're here to drive
this vision.
exactly. You're here to drive the purpose that should fit into the vision that you've set for the family. Then you'll eventually have activities on how to reach this vision. So here you're now going to discuss. I mean, I'm not going to impose to ask you to do something that you are not comfortable to do just because you are under my vision. Yeah. So we come up with activities of what exactly are we going to do. How do we run this marriage in a way that will actually help us achieve the vision that we stated for this family. Yes.
Thank you very much. That this is interesting. So with all this talk of equality, do you think it has evolved over time, or the same way it was long ago is the same way it is now?
I'll go first on that. I think evolution is inevitable.
Okay.
Yeah. As times change, things change. So, um, before days are back, we used to have women staying at home
Yes.
and men doing the other things that are outside the home, of which some of those were going to school. And with schooling, you are acquiring knowledge. So in society, men were the knowledgeable ones. So they are the ones that could sit on the table of men.
That's why it's called the table.
Exactly, yes, because they were the wise
in the
ones.
court.
But over time, times have changed. Women have started going to school. Probably one of the reasons we even have Women's Day. It came up in a way that we wanted to encourage more women to come out and be seen. So now that we have women that are empowered and are wise, they've studied, they have the knowledge. They can sit on the table of men, yeah, and
But still, the table is of
For lack of a better word.
yes, but they can sit on these tables. They can even be the heads of these tables. We've seen CEOs that are women.
C-suite, yeah.
Exactly, and they can put something to table. So in terms of has it evolved, I believe there's been a lot of evolution in the whole aspect of women.
Okay. Ignatius, do you think money has an element in this conversation about equality? Does it contribute to this whole game of
to
equality?
some extent, it hasn't happened in my home. Yet, and I hope it doesn't happen. But I understand. I don't know if when you say money, what do you mean? Anything that
Is
assets, what? Because it's not necessarily that I have the cash, but I can be coming from a rich background where I'm rich in assets, and that defines how I will want to be treated when I'm in a marriage.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had the guys who marry into rich families, and they really struggle to either please the family or the wife that they married, or to fit in, because they can't equate themselves. So like they can't equate themselves to the assets that the lady has.
So
And
in such a setting, can equality come into play?
I think David here had his point around the heart at some point. Yes? He will allude to it more, but I think that it comes to a heart issue. It's really defined by who you are inside. What drives what drives you? Is it the money? Is it the assets? Is it because eventually we have lost some people. The drive for money, they lose ubuntu, yeah, like the human aspect of themselves, and they see money in everything, including a beautiful relationship between husband and wife.
And the Bible says somewhere, I think I paraphrase, that we guard our hearts because out of our hearts flow what? The issues of life, something like that. You see, money and marriage and relationship, all that is good. But remember, when we are entering into this marriage, that very day when the two of you are still green, you don't know anything about what is about to come.
Yeah,
I mean, when you are before
green,
you are before the pastor,
for those that are green,
and like you're putting that ring on, the words you say, for what?
For richer.
And for what?
And for richer.
These days, people have changed the vows to fit the what, because it's on vogue to change vows. But you see, the authors of those vows were led by God.
Yes.
Because at one point, this money is not going to be there. So if this money has stopped flowing, will this lady stay? Or will the man go and find richer? I don't know if that one even applies. But what I meant by it's the issue of the heart, I meant love. Because if there's love, everything is possible. Everything. Talk about everything. And you see, we are living in a generation that is so much uh, empowered because of too much information, like we shared before. So people see examples of rich young girls who drive big cars. You see, then you start to compare yourself, and every time you compare yourself, you become the more you compare yourself, you become empty. You become empty. You become empty. So that's why the heart has to come in. You have to have this love, deep love, that whether rich, whether poor, whether what, I am this in this marriage. Yeah, I believe the challenges are so much now. Yeah, so much than those days because of the too much information, too much comparisons. There's too much discontent now in marriages, just for because of comparisons. Yeah, Apollo's house is better than is ours. So now the pressure. You, the man, will feel the pressure because Apollo's house is better than yours. That guy goes to the gym, 6 pack. My husband has
one.
formless,
One pack.
6 in 1. you know. So this content comes in, comparisons come in. That's why may I believe that before every other thing, what it's the issue has to be love. Yeah.
To add something small there, you see, God has to deal with someone in a way that teaches them how to live this life. Now, money is actually, if I would refer to Ecclesiastes 10, I think, where it says that money answereth all things. That means money responds to certain calls. That means it's something that is just supposed to be commanded. What I'm trying to bring out here is that in a corrupted world, it's very easy to want to think that because of the money, you are up there. So you can command everyone. Yet, in actual sense, money is something that should be commanded.
Should be your servant.
Yeah. So when you get into marriage and because of money, you feel you hold a higher position, then I think you're getting it wrong. Yeah. And it's a hard one because we are living in a community where we are looking for money.
Definitely.
Yeah. We're looking for money because you're not going to transact anywhere without money. Yeah. So being in a world where that is the condition, I think it takes God, to deal with that spirit of mammon, to deal with that spirit of mammon, for you not to exalt yourself just because you have money. In any case, you should ask God to teach you that the more money you get, the more humble you become in life, because it should be it. I mean, I have more of this thing that answers all things. So I also believe there's a place of God teaching you as the couple on how to manage your life when you become wealthy, or how to deal with everyone else in community because you are wealthy. Yes.
So is the setup different in case maybe you started your marriage wealthy, uh, and then uh, at some point you crack? Like at some point, I asked my wife, would our relationship change in case you are now earning more than I bring into the home? Then, of course, she answered and said, but it's not a forever thing that David is going to be rich. We heard of a guy in Turkey who had the apartments, and then in seconds it was on the floor and he had nothing. So would you now change the way you treat me, because now I no longer have the apartment? So it happened to be that you have to make the choice to say, I'm going to love this man
With or without money.
for who he is, and such that in case, God forbid, but in case such a certain circumstances came and we have to deal with this, I already made a decision in my heart that
It's independent of the money we
So
have.
yes,
I think that's why David was saying that the people who wrote these vows actually knew that whether it is in wealth or it is in with nothing, I am still with you. It's not about who has the money or who has the most money. It is about the heart. And the roles, this thing of roles has kept coming up. Are there roles that are more important than others? Some.
Some begin.
Well, thank you. Yes and no.
Is it yes? Is it
I'll start with a yes. There are roles in marriage that determine the destiny of a marriage. For example, if you're taking decisions on well the church to belong to, yeah. If you have options, say the wife came in from a different church and the husband is from another church, where you are going to feed is something that is very pivotal in your walk. Yeah. So it's a decision that needs to be considered as very priority. Or if you are to take a decision on say the schools your children should go to, yeah. You'll have to discuss. Some people want single sex schools, some people want mixed schools, boarding school, yeah. So these are things that are going to have a big impact on the lives of your children. So these are very necessary. Oh, what was that one?
Are there some roles that are superior
Exactly.
to others?
So now those are very superior roles. However, something like what food should we eat today? It's very important. I love pork. Now, if my wife came, if I were the one to take the decision at home on what food we should eat, trust me, we'll
Pork
be
every
eating pork
day.
every day.
Oh, good.
But my wife will choose that. You know what? Today let's do groundnuts, which I really don't like. Let's do beans. You know. But I mean, if I ate that,
You won't die.
I will still be alive.
Yes.
I mean, life will still carry on. So I believe that's not a very important decision to take. While the others that I said earlier are very, very important decisions.
Probably I may jump in that. My experience for the 15, 16 years of marriage, most of the educational decisions in my house, they have been taken by my wife.
Obviously, you're married to a teacher.
Yeah, actually, it's where I'm coming to. Because she's a teacher. I can't forget one day I never had school fees to pay. And I trusted that noza namutega butezi kanyewa nemugamba you decide on the schools you want because I knew she would take the kids to schools of her friends. That day they gave us, I think that whole year they gave us bursaries. We are paying half fees because of her. So I think like you were saying that some decisions are more important. Did you mean that because they are more important they should be taken by the husband, or was it what you meant?
Exactly what I didn't mean. Because the question was, are there decisions that are more important than others?
Roles, actually.
Some roles that are more important than others, and my answer, with the answers I was giving, was to tell you that yes.
So who should take them?
Exactly.
Who should take the superior
now,
role?
the decision the decision taking should be done by whoever is more gifted to take that decision.
Okay.
That in this discussion now comes to tell us that it does not imply that all important decisions have to be taken by the man. Yes. Because like we've said, times have changed. Women are now more educated, they are more informed, they can take certain decisions. And I mean, my wife is an engineer as well. Yeah, I'm an engineer. But I'm an engineer in power distribution with Umeme. She's an engineer in generation. So if we were to take a decision that would require knowledge on different areas, I cannot start giving an opinion on something in generation. Mark, as I'm an engineer, you get. So depending on who is more gifted at which time to take a decision, then that person should be the right person to take that decision.
Does this
I
bring out the
disagree a
element?
little though.
Okay, yes.
Why? In as much as your wife could be the expert at education,
Yeah.
you want very much that she comes to you such that you make a decision where the
Okay.
why?
Why?
Because it is very easy for the husband to turn guns on the lady.
That you are the one
Who
who chose.
Yes, you are the one who chose to take care of that when they are in disagreement, when they are not at par.
I don't know if I'm getting you right, but what I'm seeing is whoever makes the decision there should be an
It's
element of coming together.
together,
Mutual.
And,
and
this
it
is
is
our decision.
and if the person does not agree, somehow find a way or peace with you. So usually it is the wife who finds peace, because I'm giving you a real scenario.
Okay.
It's usually the wife who finds peace, because at the end of the day, the man is going to say, this is
It
the
was your
direction.
decision.
No, as in, this is the direction we are taking. I know you have told me Namisunsa is good, whichever is good, but we are taking this child somewhere.
Yes, but there I'm with him on that. However much your wife is knowledgeable on issues, the whole big decision thing should actually be on the husband. Give examples. God tells Adam, don't eat this thing. Eat everything apart from this one. Now the snake was cunning. The snake went to the person who has more words, who has who can just kumola maso and your heart melts. God knows that when you eat, you'll be like him. So then the wife comes to Adam, says, tulie. You realize that God was also wise to tell the instruction to the man, because God knows that you as the head of the house, you must be responsible. For example, if your wife says, I want to go to the village, and you said, don't go, then she says, since you have your car, since you have your money, you put it with you and just go. You know, when she goes there and gets through issues, they will say, you guy, you are not serious.
Yeah, true.
So a lot at a time, husbands should have this gut feeling that I'm letting my wife make a decision, but I am the overall responsible. Yeah, let her make the decisions, but I mean hold
Falls
her.
on me.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Yes,
It
whatever
falls
the
on the
outcome
husband.
of that decision,
Yes.
I take responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay, I think if I could come in again,
Yes.
probably the word decision came in quite earlier. I should have used the word opinion.
Yes.
That let's listen to your opinion, because you are the more educated one.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
more educated one.
More
the one
knowledgeable
more
on this
knowledgeable
topic,
in
yes.
education.
Or
yes.
has wisdom
Now,
of
That's
But we-
Revelation.
that's when we go to the place of submission. That as the wife,
That word, yes.
as the wife, you have your opinion,
Yes.
yeah, on what should happen in this, but you submit this to your husband. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have an opinion that we should have these children in Navisunsa, for example.
And you actually make your argument.
Yes.
Like,
What's your take
Yes.
as my husband? And at that point, whether the husband is in agreement with you or not, his decision is now what we are going to go with, because he's the final decision maker here.
Okay.
Yeah. That doesn't mean that his decision is always going to be right.
Yeah.
very true.
And
Most
then
times it's
the
not,
question
yeah.
should be the question should be, as a wife,
Yeah.
how do you
Navigate.
how do you bring out this to let the husband know that, okay, yes, you are deciding on Namiryango and not Buddha, yeah, but I feel this is the right thing to do. How do you bring that out in a way that has the Baganda say okutijayo na akawowo, in a way that I will not feel being stepped on as a man, but I will still recognize the fact that you have an opinion to bring on table.
And I sway you to my side.
Exactly. So I think that's what the Bible, that's where the Bible talks about what just conversations. That as a woman, can you first sit back and talk to yourself? Okay, I'm going to say it this way. How will it sound? Will it be appeasing enough? Exactly. Then you bring it out to your husband. Otherwise, most marriages we are seeing today and why they are getting into places of fights is that a woman never gets to have those just conversations or to have those, back end conversations, and they just bump into the man. This is what I think. This is what I know. I was brought up this way. Take it or leave it. I mean, as a man with an ego, just know it's going to come out at that point. Yeah. So.
But even with the equality, the fact that women make their own money nowadays, the fact that they can do things that
They actually make more money than
and they can do things that the man does. They have now gotten to the place where it will be like more of informing you. It will be more like
Just inform.
it will be more like, oh, okay, Tia is going to go to this school.
I've already seen that.
We have already gotten the admissions.
I paid the school fees.
Paid the school fees. I'll be dropping them and picking them.
No, by the way, that seems like good information. Me, I always tell my friends, married friends, that even if you have money for school fees, never pay. Don't dare pay. Take that money to the husband. Let the husband pay. Because that day the husband realizes that now, this time I'm not paying fees, he will never pay fees again.
So what's the difference if I'm going to give you the money and you...
A big difference. When you give it to me, I'll first put it into my business, whatnot. Nezizala, yes. Nezizala, then Empire have food. But when you go ahead and meet the home needs, the needs, you as a wife, and you just bring the accountability. In my mind, I say, she's not submitting, but I think I'm okay with it because now, Sina Kazito. Yes, she can handle. Get a mass.
And you see, there's a natural way God created things to be. For example, if this head is supposed to be face, or let me say this hand is supposed to be like this, and you do that, you'll be uncomfortable, right? So God created men as providers. And it's a natural place for a man to want to provide. I've actually seen women that have a lot of money, but they are complaining that they do not have anyone to take them out.
Yes.
I mean, it's natural in them to want to be given. And every man should know that a woman wants to be given. It's natural for a man to actually want to give. Much as we've seen men that are getting lazy on their responsibilities. But trust me, back when a woman, for example, pays school fees for the children, as a man, part of the reason I'll feel bad when I'm back in my bed is because I'm not man enough.
Yes.
So the woman doing this for me might seem like they are relieving me. But back, I'll not.
But here someone thinks they are helping you.
Exactly.
God gave you
So it's not the natural vibe in me.
That's why the issue of joint accounts sometimes comes in. Like
those joint accounts end up being fueled by the men.
It depends on which family.
No, in that because right now we are talking at that level when like the woman earns more. Like Phiona wanted the whole world to know that women now earn more. I mean, let us have a joint account. Let us say this is our fees account. So monthly we put. I mean the man may be putting in less, but you put. So that at the end of that day, when we decide to pay fees, we actually it's not known who is paying.
Actually,
it's the account that is paying. I think that.
So for me, I don't mind where there is a synergy between the husband and wife, and they have gotten to a place where they all agree that you make money, but this money is to grow us. For me, my challenge is where, because I work, because I am doing something, once I can make this decision and I go about it alone. And why? It's an equal world now. But now what the problem, what it is bringing is we are seeing it damaging the main. So I know of a marriage where a person would, the husband would do all these good things for the lady at home, wash, do what, clean up. So, but during that season, he had more time on his hand, and he would be able to do this. So later on, he's busy, he's doing many big projects and what, and he's not doing them anymore. And the wife is like, what happened?
What happened?
Chichi to say. Now the wife on this other hand is now used to doing this, being used to this guy,
I'm used
Pampering,
to it.
yes.
pampering and what. And
No,
now it's like this guy no longer loves me, has changed.
You don't love
So it's
me
the
anymore.
same. It's the same with the fees. So you
Yes.
start it with ease and say, I am helping my husband take care of this load, but you have not in a way agreed. So later on, you need him to chip in. Maybe now it is university. You need, but for him now he's laid back. He's like, take the show.
But maybe also if you have to talk to husbands,
Yes.
like he says, you feel small when your wife does the bills. That's why I encourage husbands to work.
Yes.
I know we're talking about it now. It seems like a good thing, but it's never a good thing for a man to be not to be able to pay bills, for a man not to be able to pay fees for the children because maybe no job, no nothing. And I always pray to that level where my wife makes her money and it's her money. I don't know where it goes. I mean, that level is what I want. Yeah, I don't need to be because women are meant to to be given, not to be asked.
They can also give for a change.
Yeah, they can, and we appreciate, by the way. So yeah, we appreciate.
You appreciate, but it makes you feel small when someone takes it.
No,
over.
it takes. It's not that they actually men don't want help, but they want when you're doing that part. It comes from the heart of. I appreciate what you're doing. We are in this together. I am doing this for the good of us. But if you're doing it because you've had every lady is doing it in your circle, they when they want to party, they just there you go.
Let's show the men that
Let's show the men that we can reach these things to ourselves at the expense of maybe the marriage, the guy feeling small.
So I think it re-echoes what Sam was saying. The money should be an instrument we send, not because I have the money, I'm the one to call.
Sure, yes.
Interesting. This equality thing is a lot.
Sure.
But I keep thinking back to the godly woman that we read in the Bible, and you talked about submission, and somehow equality and submission they don't rub shoulders very well, because there's this element of if we are equal then I can't submit. I don't know what our take is on submission and equality. Because if we are equal, who is going to submit to who?
I think if I can go first, submission is independent of what you earn, your status in the society. Submission is godly. It's a command actually in the Bible. Yeah, you shouldn't have opinion over it.
To just
You have no
submit.
you have no opinion because if it is God, because God says that is in the New Testament, wives submit to your husband.
It's not even a suggestion.
It's not a suggestion. It's not an opinion.
Yeah.
And this is what what people always think. People think that when you submit, you become less. I can't forget a day we went to Kenya. There was a conference at Mavuno Church called Fearless. So we went, a big team from Uganda, over 200 people. So these Kenyan ladies see our Ugandan ladies kneeling before their husbands. And they're all surprised. You guys, you ladies, you mean you can kneel before a human being? Then these ladies were telling them, no, we do it out of heart, out of love. We are not forced, we are not coerced.
It's not an obligation.
It's not an obligation, we do it out of love, out of respect. So even the submission thing is like that. The more you submit, actually the submission helps the person submitting more than the one being submitted to.
Okay.
Yeah, me, I believe that when my spouse submits to me, I will release everything. My heart, first of all, I will not hide anything. Because I'll be seeing that, wow, things are flowing.
So submission opens up an element of even me who is being submitted to. I just want to release everything.
Yeah, you release. So
Somehow we feel submission is a bondage.
You see, in the Bible where submission is mentioned, where that was trying to quote, in the same verse it gives an instruction to the man.
yes.
And the instruction is to love.
Love, yeah.
Yes. And that means it's a cycle. We're actually having a discussion with him and we're saying that sometimes submission is easier to a person that loves you. Right? That it's like I don't know if you've heard the Baganda saying or seen this as Tami. If someone is in the state of I'm already going there, and you push them there, then it becomes
Easier.
easy for them to go there.
Yeah.
So I think that's the thing with submission and love. That if you submit, then love will automatically come. Like I was saying, I'll open the pockets and give you all the money you want. I'll take you places you want. I'll show you the love because you are submitting to me. Similarly, if you are loving the woman, then
Easier
I
to
think it's
submit.
easier for her to
Yes.
submit. So it's a cycle that just moves like that. Submit and love, submit and love. The question now comes to where does it start?
Chicken and egg.
Exactly. Where does it start? Do we start with a chicken? Do we start with an egg?
Egg.
Yeah. But I believe in this. It now takes us to where we started from. Everyone understanding their role.
Yes.
I don't need to wait for her to submit to me for me to love her, and she doesn't need to wait for me to love her to submit to me. So the cycle will eventually go on.
So maybe for me, I will add on from the perspective of so the perspective from the ladies' side. On I found out that my wife later on told me that whenever she found herself struggling a lot to submit, it was also when she did not have her heart right with God. So when she's not communing with Christ, they are not having that vibrant relationship. Everything that I would maybe suggest to her would come off as so she would really struggle. So she noticed that why most actually women find themselves struggling with submission because they are also not submitted to Christ. They are not submitted to God, so they will see this guy as
Competitor.
encroaching. Like so it also it starts there. So they have to actually have their vertical relationship well in their own closet.
Yes.
Now there is the things that are troubling their heart to submit and do what will be
But
now aligned.
do you know? I don't know. I should say this. Women that don't know God submit more
More than the women
to their
that know
husbands. I'm a pastor, born again, but sometimes that's that problem in church. There's even these memes that wives submit more to their pastors than to their husbands.
Yeah.
You see, in the world, those ladies, the moment they hear that the car is coming, she will bathe, she will do what, she will do what. But now Christian ladies, they just chill.
Brother.
Kulika yo bossy. Brother, yeah, and you see that there's no respect around the place, no honor around the place. Because this person, I mean, you've grown together. Maybe you're in the same village together. So, and that's why we are struggling, I think, in marriages, because God's system is a honor system.
Yeah.
It is submission is God's system. It's not human system. That's why in our minds we can't understand it. I call it a mystery. You can't understand why God says submit. I mean, you are saying, oh, but I have more money. Submit. But what? Submit.
Submit.
So,
Oh,
I'm the one who does the labor journey.
yeah.
Thank you very much. This is really interesting, and I know someone there has benefited from this conversation. I just want each of us to give the audience their parting shots. What if someone is struggling in any of these areas? What can you tell that person out there? Sam, what are your parting shots to our viewers?
Okay, thank you very much, dear viewers. Uh, yes, we've talked about so much. However, what I want to leave with you is, like one of us here have said, um, in case this relationship is not working out, check on this relationship. That it's very important to have a personal relationship with God, yeah, and with that relationship, it will automatically help you shape your relationship in your marriage,
Yeah.
but also in all your relationships in your life. So that's what I wanted to tell someone out there.
Thank you very much, Sam. Work on the vertical relationship to make this easier.
Yes.
Very yes. Ignatius, what are your parting
Uh,
shots?
Thank you so much, Fiona, and to our dear viewers. My parting shot would be that family is the basic unit in society. When the families are functioning well, it means we have thriving communities.
Yes.
So my parting shot is while you stay tuned to this family TV, it's important that you actually work on your family. It's important that a family sits together, plans together, and thrives. When it thrives, the community thrives, and the nation thrives. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
That's my parting shot.
Ignatius. The family thrives, we all thrive.
Yes.
Yes, David.
Yeah, viewers, we appreciate this time. Thank you for tuning in. My parting shot would be God is love. You see, here we talked about love, and I see the men there saying, yes, I'm going to love. But you see, you can't love with your own love. Yeah, because your love looks for qualification, your love looks for perfection, your love looks for things that only work out. But God's love is unconditional. And I believe if we in our relationships, spouses, family, if we have God's love, that one we shall be winners. And that's what I wish for each and every one of us, to find God's love. God loves you more than anything. He loves you more than anything. So if you let God's love fill your heart, you'll be able to give it out. You know, you can't give what you don't have. So if God's love has filled your heart, it will be so easy to love your wife regardlessly, to love your husband regardlessly, to love your children regardlessly. Thank you.
And with God's love, we would not have issues of equality, who is equal to who.
Yeah.
Because God's love just covers all.
Fiona, I have an invite to call people. I don't know if that's okay with you. Um, First April of this year, we have a men's conference, men gather at Kololo airstrip. I would love to invite all men to come and be part of it, because majority of the issues we are trying to discuss here will actually be discussed there, and I believe men will be empowered much more. So be there, all men, starting at midday to 6 in the evening. Please come and we shall learn more at the main Gather conference. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, David. Thank you, Ignatius. Thank you, Sam, for joining us this evening. And thank you, our dear viewers. This is Ring Diaries. I'm Phiona Mbowa, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Thank you for watching us.